Now when I walk, I feel confident. I feel good about myself. And I'm just that I found Medifast, thrilled that I found Medifast.
Medifast, developed nationwide by leading medical institutions for more than a decade, is now offered by Prime Care, the area's premier walk-in medical centers. Medifast, the physician-supervised weight reduction program that proves results. Call Prime Care now and find out how you, too, can change your life.
Cable viewers love QVC, America's quality cable shopping channel.
The longer I watched QVC, I realized that it was good merchandise, so I have been very, very pleased.
I think it's less expensive through QVC than if you went in the store.
Take anything you get from QVC, the value is there. The type of person who likes QVC is someone who likes fine products and someone who wants to save some money.
Shop by phone with QVC, the new way of shopping.
Before you get on the plane, our in-flight service manager is working to make you comfortable.
There'll be a child traveling alone in row 18, and we'll need a vegetarian meal in row 10. And Tony, make sure we have enough...
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
I get paid to fly on TWA. I'm part of the quality control team. I report directly to the chairman on what's good and what needs improving. When he's happy, you're happy.
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
I have an important message for you, Meineke. I am not going to pay a lot for this muffler.
At Meineke, you get quality Everlast mufflers from just $18.93 installed.
I know Merchants Tire and Auto Centers have all the famous brand tires at guaranteed lowest prices, but I didn't know they do repairs, too. Everything from oil changes to tune-ups and brakes. And best of all, Merchants treats my car like it's their own. And only Merchants has these written guarantees. So I guess I go to Merchants because I trust them.
Service that you trust, guaranteed.
Merchants Tire and Auto Centers.
In the Tidewater area, you know the Henry Johnson Tire and Auto Centers.
And in Durham, you know the Rigsby Tire and Auto Centers.
Well, they're all part of the Merchants Group,
where you can get service that you trust, guaranteed.
Watching Home Team Sports, the channel you cheer for.
Three-second period goes by the Washington Capitals. The Capitals continue to dominate the Philadelphia Flyers in every department, and well worthy of a 5-0 lead after 2 periods of play. Welcome back. I'm Jeff Rimmer, and it's a pleasure and quite an honor to welcome the Mayor of Baltimore to the Capitol Center tonight on our Home Team Sports telecast, Mayor Kurt Schmoke of the city of Baltimore. And Mayor, this is your first visit here to the Capitol Center to see the Capitals, and I know you're enjoying it. You'll probably be back a few more times.
It's tremendous. I'm just impressed not only with the team, but with the arena. I tell you, the Cap Center, they do a tremendous job here, and the center management, as you know, has done quite a job in helping turn around our arena in Baltimore. So I'm very impressed, and great, I'll say it's a win. I know we've got another period, but I'm an optimist.
Now, we all know that you were an outstanding high school football player and an outstanding
Please,
student.
Jeff, don't ask me any tough hockey questions.
No, I'm not going to ask you a hockey question. I just want to get your thoughts on this sport compared to football. People say that football is the most physical sport of all. Do you think that football can match up against a sport like ice hockey?
No, I guess it's a whole different type of training and that you go through. I'm very impressed. A lot of different skills involving the coordination of the hand, the feet and everything. It's just amazing. No, I don't think I would have played this one. I wouldn't have done well here, but it's very impressive. And the relationship, you know, with the Capitals' relations with the minor league team, the Skipjacks, has done wonders not only for the team, but for hockey in Baltimore. I think our average attendance is up 1,000 people a night when the Skipjacks are in town, and so I think the sport's going to catch on even more throughout the state.
So you're obviously happy with the association, the Capitol Center Management Group,
yes,
and as well the Washington Capitals organization.
Been tremendous. Done great things. I know there are a lot of people from Baltimore that come down to the Cap Center and vice versa. So I think the plan has worked well, and it's made the sports regional sports and not just particular areas. Certainly the Bullets played 3 fantastic games up there this year, and I think it's just great, and I'll probably sneak down and see a few more Capitals games. Hopefully during the playoffs I get there.
I'm sure you'll bring your family with you as well.
Yeah, they'll love it too.
I want to ask you a little bit about some of the other sports teams in Baltimore, and certainly a lot of interest in the Orioles, who begin the season here on Home Team Sports in just a couple of weeks' time. A week from Monday, opening day at Memorial Stadium. We're going to have a better ball club, and looking forward to moving into that new stadium.
That's right. Well, I hope we don't have the kind of string that we had last year that got us international attention over those losses. No, I think they're going to have a good team, good aggressive team. I've been impressed with what I've been reading about in spring training, so I think we'll have a good team, do much better than last year. I've already made a bet with Augie Bush at the Cardinals that we're going to play them in the World Series, so I'm hoping that they do very well.
Let's talk, too, about the football situation. The NFL meetings are over, all kinds of talk about expansion. Baltimore has already, through the Maryland legislature, approved the building of a football stadium once a team came. Give us a little hint here on Home Team Sports when we might see NFL football in Baltimore.
Well, things are moving along well, particularly, first of all, on the baseball stadium. Buying up the land now, the properties are going to be cleared, so I think we'll be on schedule for building that baseball stadium. So in the football team, I think we can offer a new stadium. We can offer an expansion team, Memorial Stadium, and the use of the old Colt training facilities. So we have a lot to offer that many other cities don't. But I think that the NFL owners seem now that they want to hold to this business about not making announcements on expansion until they settle the players' negotiations. When that will be, heaven only knows. But we're ready to go, and I hope they look kindly on Baltimore.
Thanks for the visit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Mayor Kurt Schmoke of the city of Baltimore. Stay tuned. We've got more of our intermission ahead here on Home Team Sports. The Capitals with a 5-0 lead after 40 minutes of play.
So what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune?
If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy-biddy-boom. If I were a wealthy man, hey, I wouldn't have to work hard. All day long I'd biddy-biddy-boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard.
More classic rock coming up on 105.9 WCXR. At WCXR, we play 30 years of classic rock. And every day is a no-repeat day, which means WCXR's music library is a little larger than most. And that doesn't leave time for a lot of talk. Washington's only classic rock, 105.9 WCXR.
Toyota Tercel. The bottom line for '89 is economy. You get 11 Tercel models under $9,000, and prices start at just $63.28. Tercel requires just $78 in routine maintenance over the first year, a mere 21 cents a day. Tercel delivers better estimated gas mileage than Nissan Sentra or Honda Civic, while delivering a lower price. You'll like the savings, and you'll love the deal. And that's the bottom line.
TWA kept something in mind when we made our business class seat one of the widest in the sky. People sometimes cross their legs. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are. After all those meetings in Minneapolis and conventions in Kansas City, we think you could use a little change of pace. And after 40,000 miles in TWA's frequent flyer program, that's just what you get. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Everything in the store looks as if it's fresh picked out of the garden. I have a garden myself.
It's wet. It's just so natural. I love it.
If you haven't seen Safeway's produce department, you don't know how good produce can be.
I would give Safeway's produce department a 10. Yeah, I'd give it a 10.
Go take a look. Come see the difference at Safeway.
The Washington Capitals 5, the Philadelphia Flyers nothing, and the Caps have outshot the Flyers 32-7 after 40 minutes of play. Mike Fornes and Al Koken welcoming you back once again to our Home Team Sports hockey coverage. Can you feel it in this building? Take a walk out there in that hallway, and I'm telling you, it is like the Caps fans have waited so long to have the Flyers in this kind of a spot. You know, not only are they going to win the season series, not only will they finish much higher in the standings, but boy, they're really putting it to them tonight.
Embarrassment. That's what these fans wanted to see, and they are getting it because the Caps have not let up. They keep pouring it on the Flyers, and it's unbelievable. Not only is the offense working, but to limit Philadelphia just 3 shots in that period. By the way, that's not a Philadelphia record. They've been limited to 2 shots on goal in a period a few times before, but it's about as good as you can get because when we show you the Flyers TWA shot chart, you'll see these shots just don't come in from anywhere of interest or importance. So Pete Peters really continuing to have an easy time, but let's show you where the 14 shots that the Capitals pumped on the period came from. And again, a lot of shots coming right down the middle as the Caps were continuing to fire from every direction. Now the one outside by number 14 puts the Caps on top 3-0. Let's show you the Dino Ciccarelli goal, the second goal of the period, and watch with this skating and speed. Here you've got David Christian over here. He's out here with Partner. Now watch what happens. As Christian starts to cut over, the other defenseman starts to move in, and so does Partner. But what Dino Ciccarelli does is just split both defensemen. Christian is able to make that loop and hit Ciccarelli with the pass. You see how the Flyers don't react to the speed. All Ciccarelli does is just keep going. All of a sudden, Chychrun realizes he is caught, and Ciccarelli makes that move right between the pads of Hextall. Great speed and great passing from David Christian. Ciccarelli picks up number 40. Stevens adds an assist along with Christian. Caps are up 4-0 at that point. Then, on a 5-on-3 situation, Sutter in the box, Hextall out of the game because of a high sticking call. Kevin Hatcher just is able to have plenty of time to maneuver. Now here is Hatcher over here. Markow, puck will come up the board. What Hatcher does is just start to walk towards the middle. When he sees he's not going to get any pressure from Howe or any pressure from Poulin, he steps to the middle. There's a little traffic in front, and Kevin Hatcher is just going to unload. Watch the way this thing works out. Hatcher picks it up on the boards. Markow starts to come and then stops. So Hatcher moves. Now slow it down here. Stop it. See what Howe is just basically kind of stationary. He'll start to drift out a little bit, but right now with nobody really challenging him, Kevin Hatcher does the smart thing and just unloads the drive on net. And it's a beauty. Ken Reggett has just come in. He hasn't faced any shots. All that time to shoot, Kevin Hatcher does the smart thing. If you're not going to get challenged, unload. When you got it 5-on-3 and when you've got people stationed in front, if there is a rebound, Hatcher doing the smart thing right there. He picks up number 12 on the season. Courtnall and Stevens with 3 assists in the period, getting the assists.
Now, you talked about the lack of shots that the Flyers had. Let's take a look at that shot chart. Once again, it's going to be very, very bare because there just wasn't a whole lot there at all. And again, this time during the period, just 3. One of them came from way outside the blue line.
That's the one that didn't allow the Flyers to tie that dubious record. Again, no serious shots in that entire period. No really great scoring chances all game. This is going to be very interesting. Yeah, let's say Pete Peters goes on and gets the shutout and doesn't face any more quality shots. Do you still give him a star of the game? How many times can you get a goaltender posting a shutout when he's not one of the key players in the game?
We won't get it now that you said that.
That's right. He'll be jinxed already.
Right now, we'd like you to stay tuned for the Kodak People's Drugstore flashback.
Kodak and People's Drugstores present Flashback. It's January 8th, 1984, and the Capitals are playing the Flyers at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Caps winger Ben Gustafson breaks the Capitals' single-game goal-scoring record by beating Flyers goaltender Pelle Lindbergh 5 different times. Mike Gartner assists on 4 of the goals, and the Caps beat the Flyers 7-1. Gus's 5-goal record still stands today.
Richard, let's make a deal. You loan me your new Cutlass Supreme and I'll fill her up. Dad, Olds gave me a year's supply of Exxon gasoline. Marilyn, $50 to use your new Tornado.
I got $1,500 back from Olds.
Sharon, need help financing your Cutlass Calais?
I got 4.9 financing. Sorry.
This is not your father's automobile.
Hey, kid.
This is the new generation. Hello!
3 ways to deal on every car in stock at your new generation Oldsmobile dealer today.
Remember, if you buy any Orioles season ticket plan for $19.89, You're guaranteed a choice of preferred seats in the new ballpark. But you better be quick and call 243-9800. Otherwise, who knows where you'll end up sitting.
I have an important message for you, Minikey. I am not going to pay a lot for this muffler, you fool.
See, good news. I repeat, I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler.
Don't worry. At Meineke, you get quality Everlast mufflers from just $18.93 installed.
This is what I've been saying, you idiot. I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler. Speak better.
You're not going to pay a lot for quality at Meineke.
Home Team Sports coverage of Washington Capitals hockey is brought to you by Capital Cadillac Company, home of the Capital Commitment, featuring free lifetime lubrication, oil and filter change with the purchase of your new Cadillac. 20 more minutes to go in this contest, and the Capitals out to a very, very big margin. They lead 5-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Boy, there's a camera operator who's right out of the bullpen from a baseball park. Eric Schwartz enjoying a little snack down there. A little pizza time, and we'll take you downstairs to Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. Got some interesting rumors for actually one, and it's an interesting one. Certainly the trade deadline's passed. How about a coaching change? The Vancouver Canucks are just one game away from clinching a playoff spot, but there's talk that their coach Bob McCammon may be headed to the Los Angeles Kings to replace Robbie Ftorek. Interesting comment, and we'll be back with more a little later on. But right now, third period action ahead, Mike and Al.
My money on that one goes to John Muckler to L.A.
Can't imagine, though, unless Robbie Ftorek has a great playoff. And just watching so many of those L.A. games, it seems like Wayne Gretzky just doesn't have any wingers to work with. He's having an amazing year, and so many guys, they've got some offensive talent, and Wayne Gretzky never seems to really be playing with any of the big wingers. You never see him out there with Robitaille. You never see him out there with Nichols, except in power play situations. And I can't imagine that's going to please too many people out there, particularly if it goes to the playoffs and the L.A. Kings are eliminated.
Well, the face-off will be to the left of Pete Peters. Flyers get the draw, and Samuelson fans on a wrist shot attempt. Now back to Mark Howe. Picked off by Kevin Hatcher. Chased outside the line, and Lou Francischetti. And they're poked out to center ice. Now Kevin Hatcher dumps it back across the line. Tim Kerr on right wing for Philadelphia. Shoots it back into the Washington zone. Dale Hunter comes up with a puck. Starts out. Leads to center ice. On the left side, here's Derek Smith, a wrist shot, and Peters makes the glove save. Slavonka fires on goal, the save made, and Riggett comes up with another stop on the rebound. Ridley over to Slavonka, and outside the line. Mo Mantha has the puck now for Philadelphia. Up to Secord, off his stick and back inside the Washington zone. Sheehy in after it, jams up with Derek Smith. Secord holds it. It's played off the sideboards, and now Kelly Miller clears it all the way down the ice. And behind the net, wraparound attempt by Ridley goes wide. Cicerelli over to chase. Kick to the point by Secord. Shot. Johansson sent it right on net. Now a rebound cleared across the goal mouth, and Cicerelli couldn't get a stick on it. Rob dumps it back inside the Washington zone. He shovels it out to center ice, and here comes Gustafson with a puck. He gets across the blue line. Left side, pass, a shot, got Gustafson sent it just wide. Now Christian tries to throw it toward the net. Cicerelli back to get it. And this comes all the way out of the zone and back into Washington ice. Johansson back to chase it. Here's Dave Christian. Left side for Gustafson. Picked up by Christian. In front to Leach, a shot, and it goes! Steve Leach, a backhander that gets by Regan, and the Capitals lead 6-0.
They just keep pouring it on. 5-0. Why not make it 6? And Stephen Leach does. Look at the great play, though. Christian again, a key to this. Making that move, gets it between the pads as Samuelson commits high. And there goes Leach to backhand it through. Scored on a beautiful backhander the other night in Pittsburgh and gets another one here tonight.
Assist 27, Dave Christian. Assist 16, Matt Gustafson. Having a goal 257. Washington goal scored by Steve Leach. He gets his 11th in the season.
Number 11 on the season for Steve Leach from Gustafson and Christian at 257. Nothing Washington. Here's Kevin Hatcher out to center ice. Drives it across the line. In the corner. Here's Mantha. Out to Poulin. He works it to center ice. Acton across the line. Chased by Scott Stevens. Played all the way back to center ice. Chickering goes rink wide for Carpenter. Dumps it back into the Washington zone. Peters plays it over to Langway. Off the sideboards and all the way down. In the Flyer territory. Chickering gets to this one first, and icing is the call, and Courtnall thought he was there first. There's a break in the action. The Capitals lead the Flyers 6-0.
If you're searching for great oldies on the radio, the search ends here.
Extra 104, now with 10 great oldies in a row.
Well, she was just 17.
Extra 104 is the only Washington radio station that gives you great oldies all the time. Great oldies from the 60s, back-to-back, non-stop. So, for your favorite oldies anytime, remember, set a button on your radio to 104.1 FM. Extra 104, great oldies all the time.
6-0 Washington with a face-off in front and to the right of Pete Peters, Mike Fornes with Al Koken and Jeff Rimmer here on Home Team Sports. Doug Sullivan leans in, but Hunter wins the draw, brings it back to Sheehy. Now Sullivan works it away. Derek Smith backhands the puck on net. Peters makes the save. Langway steers it up the right wing, and Gould clears it all the way back into the Flyer zone. Out of center ice, Hunter takes it. Backs it up for Langway. Right side for Sheehy. Near the skates of Courtnall on the left wing. Here comes Secord across the line, but the Flyers are offside. Al Secord started out as a Boston Bruin. Del Samuelson started out as a New York Ranger, and through different paths found themselves in the uniforms of the Philadelphia Flyers, who have made a number of changes. We talk about all the new players in the lineup for Washington that have come on since opening night this year. Samuelson, of course, was there at the beginning of the season for the Flyers, but Bob Clark does not want to stand pat, as he has made changes, and you would certainly think that more are coming. Here's Pavanka. Into Johansson. Held up in the corner. Throws to the side of the net. Mentioned Keith Acton coming over from Edmonton in the trade for Dave Brown. Here's Mark Howe. Drops it off for Propp. He fires wide. Back to the point. Samuelson, a wrist shot. That's kicked out to the corner. Ryan Propp's name, one that has been mentioned many times in trade talks, we understand. Ridley taken to the backboards, and here comes Ron Sutter to start out. Now up to Propp. center ice. Tocchet throws it across the line. Back inside the Washington zone. Peters plays to the corner. Here is Michael Pivonka. Tosses it in. The Caps changing up. So are the Flyers. Bullard with it behind his own net. Off the boards to center. Now Dave Christian lobs it all the way down. Mellenby comes back for the Flyers. Kicks it across the line. Back in the Washington zone. Pete Peters with it behind the goal. Throws it against the corner boards for Hunter. Now it's played behind the net. Mellenby tosses it in behind the goal. Taken by Kevin Hatcher. Up the sideboard. Mellenby back to get it. Over to Hatcher. Hatcher clears it all the way down. 13:25 to go, third period. Wells tosses this one into the seats and out of play. Pushing and shoving going on in the aftermath, but the linesmen are there to break them up. Well, it's time to give Cellular One a call. Because now, for a limited time, you can lease a car phone for only $16.95 a month. And you can also get your first 100 minutes of calling time free. It's quite a deal. Call Cellular One today at 220-2000 in Washington and 1-800-CEL-1 in Baltimore. Cellular One. Not many games left for the Washington Capitals. Here's the lineup for the last 5 to go, and you can see a couple against the Islanders, 2 against the Devils, sandwiched around that one with the Flyers. The Rangers, who right now are the lone competition for the Patrick Division crown, they're 5 left, and they've got to face the Penguins twice, the Red Wings and the Islanders. Some interesting matchups there that could certainly provide an exciting finish and lots of combinations. Got to help Washington, though, with the Rangers playing the Penguins. Pittsburgh still with a mathematical chance to catch New York. Here's Langway. Brings it over to Sheehy. Up to center ice and back inside the Flyers zone. Chychrun steers it to the point. It's kept in. Johansson a drive right on. Reggett the save. Rebound shot goes wide from Wickenheiser. Out to center ice, and Johansson has to go back and get it. Up to Wickenheiser. Dumps it on into the Flyers zone as both teams change up. 12:24 to go here in the third period. Capitals on top 6-0. Here's Secord, backhanded. Peters makes the save. Gould lost in front. Sullivan a shot. Peters stops it. Sullivan still got the puck. Penalty call coming for holding. And the time of the call is 7:52 of the third period. It'll be against Washington's Dale Hunter. And it provides only the second instance in this game where the Capitals have been shorthanded. Let's check in downstairs right now with Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. And we get everybody caught up to date on our home team sports scoreboard. Buffalo leading Vancouver by a score of 5-2. That is the final. It's Detroit ahead of Toronto in the third period. Winnipeg leading Calgary by 1. Howard Chuck with his 38th goal in that one. Duke a winner over Minnesota. And the other game of final, it was Illinois beating Louisville. Georgetown is ahead by 6. And we'll have more action for you here a little later on in the third period. Back upstairs to Mike and Al.
All right, thanks, Jeff. It looked like that really was the first quality chance the Flyers have had all night. A little close in play. Peters had to sprawl and make the initial save, then Dale Hunter called for holding at 7:52.
Here's a shot. Peters sticks that aside, and Hatcher comes up with the rebound. Now Mo Mantha cuts back in. Pinched off the play by Scott Stevens. Here's Tocchet. Walks it over to Bullard. Right in front. It's in the net for a goal. A bouncing puck That certainly was one of the least tests that Pete Peters has had all night, but he didn't see it. It just scrambled right by him on the glove side and walked into the net.
Well, watch, Bullard is trying to center it, but it hits a stick, I think Hatcher's stick, and Peters was on his way over to try and get to the other side to stop the shot that he anticipated coming through from Propp. Watch the way Bullard will make that move. Now, I guess it's going to be, Hatcher's stick comes out and deflects it towards Peters. You see how Peters had the stick out and was starting to make that move over towards Propp, trying to, one, cut off that pass, and if two, if it got through, he was going to be there to stop Propp. But the change of direction off the stick of Hatcher breaks the shutout. 6-1 Capitals.
Power play goal for Philadelphia. For Mike Bullard. Pocket and Mantha get the assist. And the time of the goal, 8:22. For Bullard, that's number 26 in the season. 6-1 Washington. Here's Kelly Miller. Into the corner. Pickering tries to work the free and does, but Langway has it at the point. His wrist shot goes just wide of the net. Derek Smith outside the line, taken over by Michael Pavanka. Pete Peters' shutout bid spoiled. He has 4 shutouts on the season. He's second in the National Hockey League in that department. Here's Johansson to the corner. Drops it off, and Bob Rouse takes over. Up to Steve Leach. Outside the line, Wickenheiser is hit by Jay Wells. There's going to be a penalty call now, and Wickenheiser, and look at Rouse come in, but here comes Rouse in to help him out. Wickenheiser skated away from it. He didn't want to get involved because he knew there was already a penalty against the Flyers player Wells, but Rouse will have none of that. Not about to let his teammate get pushed around, and now he and Wells start to throw them. Rouse's helmet comes off. That gives Wells an advantage. He tries to start throwing more punches now. Rouse is doing a good job of holding Wells off. Got him in a strong advantage now where he can't really throw any punches. And now off comes the helmet of Wells. And Rouse can start to connect. Well, they're getting tired now. The linesmen come in and pull them apart.
Boy, is that exactly what the Capitals wanted to see out of Bob Rouse. One of the things they talked about when they had acquired him, his toughness and his willingness to stand up for his teammates. Lou Franciscini goes over there to congratulate him. Stick pounding over the Capitals bench. Rouse is going to be sent from the game. He'll probably get a misconduct from this as well. Well, if you're looking for big screen TV, there is no better name than Pioneer. And there's no better place to see Pioneer than at Alco TV and Appliances in Alexandria. Call 703-780-5280. Or in Fredericksburg, call 703-780-5180. Pioneer Projection TVs from Alco TV and Appliances. The picture doesn't get any better than this.
Been that kind of a night for the Washington Capitals, and you wonder if it can get any better than this when you talk about the domination that Washington displayed over the Philadelphia Flyers this evening. 38-12 in the shot, 6-1 on the scoreboard. Bob Rouse has left the game. And there is Jay Wells.
Here are the penalties.
Here come the penalty calls.
Philadelphia number 7, Jay Wells, gets 2 minutes for roughing and 5 minutes for fighting. Washington number 8, Bob Rouse, gets 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, and a game misconduct, 3rd man in.
Well, I'll tell you what. Wow. I don't like that. I don't like that being called a 3rd man in a fight because Wickenheiser skated away and was not involved in the altercation. There was no altercation taking place there except from Wells, who had taken a 2-minute roughing call.
37.
And Andy Van Hellemond saw it differently and gives Rouse 2 for instigating, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct for being the third man in. Wells gets 2 for roughing and 5 for fighting. The question is, where's the altercation that he was the third man in? I mean, Wickenheiser was not a part of it. He just skated away.
You see, I wouldn't have had an objection to that call if he gave him a misconduct, saying that, hey, I've already called the penalty. There was no need for you to come in and start something. The instigator call covered that. A 10-minute misconduct would have also covered it, but I don't agree with a game misconduct, as you say, for being the third man in when there was nothing going on. But once again, in that regard, because this game is well in hand for the Washington Capitals, and if Jay Wells is trying to get something going with one of the Capitals, you better stand up for some of your teammates, and that is what Bob Rouse certainly did. And I know, again, even though they lose the services of Rouse, much in the fashion that with that roughing call, you go back in the first period to Ivanka, I think that's the type of thing Brian Murray will take, because it shows aggression, shows stand-up play from his team.
The second player to be ejected from the game, Ron Hextall, was kicked out back in the second period after high-sticking Ben Gustafson and causing an injury. Peters way out of the goal to challenge Hatcher, and Hatcher comes up with a nice save. Here comes Kevin Hatcher, tossing it back into the Flyers zone. Samuelson pokes it out to center ice for Kerr. He lugs it back into Washington ice. And Dale Hunter is there. Left side for Portnall and sends it all the way down. Here's Mantha. Taps it off the boards for Pop. Johansson takes over. He feeds Cicerelli. He's in. Here's a fake, a shot, and a save from a bad angle. Reggett holds on to stop play.
Well, Ken Reggett has seen a lot of this in his days with the Toronto Maple Leafs, facing divisional opponent Dino Cicerelli when Cicerelli was with the North Stars. Can't get his stick down on it. Samuelson does a nice job with that. Just barely missing, getting it over Reggett, who really had sprawled and was down. Reggett reaching up and grabbing it. Normally Cicerelli is, no matter where he is very deadly at getting that puck up very quickly right under the crossbar. Captain goaltender coach Warren Cirillo says he's never seen anybody like that. He has Cicerelli out there shooting against his goaltender because of his ability from a close range to snap that shot quickly and high and get it right underneath the crossbar.
Here's Smith across the line, and Langway works it free, and a shot by Sullivan right on, and Peters makes the save. Wickenheiser at the line, challenged by Sullivan. Back to the Philadelphia line, here's Mark Howe. Ups it in, Langway clears it along the board. At the point, Samuelson fires. Blocked by Derek Smith of the Flyers, and now Dave Christian shoots it all the way back inside Philadelphia zone. The puck cleared off the sideboards, and Sheehy goes back into his own end. Over to Scott Stevens. Down to Ridley. Right wing side for Sheehy. Works it back into Flyer ice, and Mark Howe is there. Head man to Dave Poulin. Poulin starts out, right wing side. Goes too far. Mellenby can't catch up to it, and Stevens gets there first. Now it's work free, and Stevens clears it all the way down the ice. No icing, though. Parker, the first man in after. 7:20 to go here in the third period. Capitals on top 6-1. Wraparound attempt stopped by the stick of Pete Peters, and now cleared up into the crowd by Stevens.
Even though Pete hasn't been tested with a number of shots or quality chances, I think the biggest part of his game tonight and where he has been such a factor is his movement of the puck. Philadelphia, like the Capitals, enjoyed dumping the puck in and chasing it and trying to set up things with their forechecking. Even though Ron Hextall is now the acknowledged master at that ability to move the puck and get it out quickly, Pete Peters certainly can do it pretty well in his own right, and he has done that a lot tonight. With the forwards holding the forecheckers up very nicely for the Capitals, it's given the defense time to find openings, get the puck out, and Pete Peters has done a lot to go back, reach for it, set it up, give it to the defenseman in the right position, or if one of those forwards is the first to get back at it. His puck movement has been a real factor tonight.
Acton against Wickenheiser, and Acton's been kicked out of there. Out-of-town goaltending tonight, Rick Wamsley in goal for Calgary against Bob Essensa for Winnipeg. Toronto has Jeff Reese going against Greg Steffen for Detroit. Doc Cloutier, good save by Peters. He reached upstairs to grab that one while he was on his way down. Doc Cloutier for Buffalo in goal against Steve Weeks for Vancouver. And we're happy the news is good on Clint Malarchuk, out of the hospital already.
Feels like he is a very, very lucky man. Flyers win this draw cleanly as Wickenheiser is chased out. Franciscetti can't get the draw, and there's the hard drive in there from the point. Beautiful save from Pete Peters.
From the draw, Hatcher reaches in, gets a stick on it. Now Acton takes it away. Here's Keith Acton behind the net. Penalty call coming up. A delay call against Washington. And there's going to be a holding call coming here at the 13-minute mark of the third period that will set up the Flyers on a power play chance. The penalties to Johansson. There's a break in the action. Washington leads 6-1.
This year, if you really want to get money back, listen to Henry Block.
Go to Subaru.
Up to $1,500 cash back or 4.9 APR financing.
Of all the Subarus registered since 1978, 92% are still on the road, which could mean this four-wheel drive Subaru will still be good on a hill when other cars are over it.
Kelly Johansson to the box for the Capitals, holding at the 13-minute mark. Action in front of Pete Peters. Johansson committing the foul as the Flyers have shown some signs of life here in this third period. Still only 15 shots on goal total.
Flyers struggle for the draw and get it. Mark Howe, a shot that's deflected up into the seats. By that gentleman the other night in Pittsburgh as the Capitals beat the Penguins. Kelly Miller, the #1 star of the game. The draw comes to Mark Howe. Flat shot, pad save by Peters. And Hunter is able to send it past Kropp, who had the earlier drive, and clears it all the way down the line. A minute 40 to go in the rout for the Johansson penalty, giving the Flyers the power play. Kelly Miller jams up with Bullard. Bullard, the lone Philadelphia scorer tonight. Off Mark Howe's stick, the puck comes to center, and now Bobby Gould taps it back inside Philadelphia ice. Mark Howe starts out to center. Langway takes over. Knocks it down. Now brought back. Wickenheiser cuts across the blue line and brings it right back to Langway. Capitals continue to kill off the penalty. Langway bounces it all the way down. Mo Mantha. Up to Eklund. Inside the Washington zone. To Cartner. Christian shears off the board, back out to center ice. And now Eklund works to the line, gets inside the Washington zone. Here's Mantha throwing it behind the net. Over to Tim Kerr. Kerr back into the corner for Eklund. Sheehy right after it, knocks it down. Kerr held up on the play by Stevens. Eklund to the point, flat shot. Kicked aside by Scott Stevens and sent all the way down the ice. Quick change for both teams, and Cartner takes a lead pass from his goaltender. Here's Mellanby hustling ahead now with that lead pass and goes to the corner with Hatcher riding him right there. Brought back to Scott Stevens. Stevens sends it out to center ice. Secord throws a hard hit on Ridley. Here comes Ridley across the line. Tries to split the defense. Can't do it. And it's cleared by Reggett up the sideboard. Out to center ice, and Kelly Miller turns it around. Puts it right back into the Philadelphia zone. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third period of the game. Capitals leading 6-1. Keith Acton clears it back into Washington ice. Pete Peters, who has won 5 games in a row and is unbeaten in his last 6 starts. Clears it all the way down. Acton starts back. Hatcher takes over to Rod Langway. Out to Leach. And a 2-line pass stops play, and there'll be a face-off with 3:59 remaining in this contest.
Brian Murray has taken advantage of the 5-goal lead to give this man, Doug Wickenheiser, plenty of ice time. I don't think Ben Gustafson has been out for most of this third period as Wickenheiser has been double shifting. Now out there with his usual line mates, Francischetti and Stephen Leach, but he had also been out there a little earlier with Dino Ciccarelli and David Christian, who normally play with Ben Gustafson. Brian Murray playing it smart, getting all the people in once, and also keeping a guy like Ben Gustafson, who's been bothered a little bit by the flu recently, giving him plenty of rest. Let him get 100% healthy.
Now back in the Philadelphia zone. Out of the corner comes the pass, and Jeff Chychrun starts out. Up to Mo Mantha. Mantha across the line to Derek Smith. Hatcher breaks it up. Wrist shot to the side of the net. It goes wide. Good scoring opportunity there for Philadelphia's Derek Smith. Back at center ice. Wickenheiser takes over. Throws it inside the Philadelphia zone. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Washington with a 5-goal lead. Langway to chase it back into his own end. Long lead pass for Ciccarelli. Out for Courtnall. Cartner sent flying, and here comes the pass now to Mellanby. To Bullard. Shot by Eklund is kicked out by Peters. Jeff Courtnall drives it back inside the Philadelphia zone. Eklund in after it. Into the corner. Here's Courtnall. Looking for Langway at the point. Intercepted by Kerr. Across the line to Bullard. Lobs it into the corner, and Langway takes the bounce. And clears it ahead for Dino Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli throws it all the way down. Here comes Eklund. In across the line with Mark Howe. Eklund takes it behind the net. Back to Howe. Now a pass out to Eklund. Tries to put it in front for Kerr. Taken away by Hunter. Hunter comes out to Kelly Miller and puts it all the way back inside the Philadelphia zone. 2 minutes to go. Third period of play. Flyers have been unable to get anything going against the Capitals all night. In the corner. There'll be a rematch yet to come at the Spectrum before the season ends. We'll see that one here on DC 20 next week.
And of course, the Capitals heading into the playoffs in fine fashion. And tickets for playoff games A and B, the first 2 home games for the Capitals in the playoffs, are on sale right now. Phone charge operators will give you the tickets. Give a call at 432-0200. You can also pick them up at all Hex Ticket Center outlets. Of course, if you can't make it out, if you get squeezed out and can't get the tickets, we'll have all of the home playoff games for you as usual here on Home Team Sports.
From the draw, Stevens goes to the corner, flips it outside the line for Francischetti. He works to center ice, and Steve Leach. Here comes Leach across the line, looking for Wickenheiser. Fires a shot just wide. Johansson in the corner. Taken away by Secord. He and Leach collide. They push and shove. Now a centering pass wide, just missing Johansson's stick. And a whistle. And a Philadelphia penalty for Slashing. That'll give the Capitals a power play advantage to finish this game off. Time of the penalty, 18:41 of the third period. And headed to the box for Philadelphia is Jeff Chychrun.
Flyers penalty number 6, Jeff Chychrun. 2 minutes for Slashing, 18:41. Philadelphia penalty called on number 6, Jeff Chychrun. 2 minutes for Slashing. Call comes at 18.
That'll just about do it for the Capitals holding the man advantage during the final minute and 19 seconds of play.
I guess as a reward for some good work, Brian Murray puts out there is his power play front line. Leach, Francis Getty, and Doug Wicken.
The draw comes back to Johansson. He feeds it over to Stevens. The slap shot, and it's deflected up into the seats.
Now Leach and Partner exchanging some words. Ray Scapanella quickly in there to separate the two of them.
You know, Al, the victory will be another reward of another sort for the Capitals. It'll put Washington at a 500 mark within the division at 14 wins, 14 losses, and 2 ties. And how fitting that it should occur against the Flyers, a team that, like the Rangers, did a lot of damage against the Caps early in the year when there was so much concern about divisional play.
Won't this also be ironic, Mike? Not only will the Capitals really increase their stranglehold on first place, but it'll be the first time in Patrick Division history that the Islanders or Flyers won't finish first.
The Islanders finishing dead last, of course, in the division. We're in the final minute of play in this period. Stevens drives it in. The Devils, who were the Patrick Division playoff champions last year, finishing out of the money this year. Here's Wickenheiser. Left side for Scott Stevens. Puts it behind the net. Lou Franciscetti tries to put it in front. Knocked down by Johansson. Good play. Now Franciscetti trying to center, but Derek Smith takes it away. Finally gets the job done and clears it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds left to go in the third period, and the crowd begins to stand. Here comes Ciccarelli. In across the blue line. Right wing side. Pavanka goes to the corner. Mantha off the board. 2 seconds. 1 second left. Capitals win it. Hatcher and Tocchet tie up right at the horn. The game is over. Washington has won it. And the Capitals have taken a 6-1 verdict over the Philadelphia Flyers. Shots on goal in the third period. Philadelphia had 9, giving them a total of 16 shots on the night. And Washington with 8 for a total of 40 shots for the game. The Capitals now have 88 points, first place in the Patrick Division. The New York Rangers are idle tonight, and the Capitals have a lead by 6 points over the New Yorkers. Also idle is Pittsburgh, and the Caps are now ahead of them by 9. And Philadelphia is now 13 points back of Washington in 4th place in the division. Jeff Rimmer is standing by downstairs with Jeff Courtnall. Jeff?
Jeff, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on getting that 40th goal.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You know, it's a nice goal to reach, and I'm pretty satisfied with the way things have gone this year.
Took a wicked stick there from Rick Tocchet. What happened exactly?
I don't know. I got the puck from him, and he just turned around and swiped at me and got me in the back of the knee. So, you know, I haven't seen the replay, but
you're obviously okay, though.
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just a little bruise back there, a little swelling, but it'll be all right.
Again, congratulations on the win. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Jeff Courtnall, and we're going to bring Scott Stevens, the first star tonight's hockey game in. Scott, the Capitals' magic number to clinch first place now down to 2 games. Got to sound pretty good.
Yeah, we're playing real well, you know. We didn't let up tonight. We really went at them, and we played our game.
You look at the Capitals tonight, dominating offensively and defensively again. You're really on top of the game.
Well, we're really skating well. I think our speed's the big difference right now, and the way we move the puck without getting any troubles.
Let's have you describe that goal. You scored a big goal for the Capitals tonight.
Well, Gustafson checked Pula, and then I slid down, and Pivo saw me there wide open, and I just threw it between Hextall's legs. It was nice to see it go in. It's been a long time.
Scott, I think people overstated, maybe some of the media members, that your plus-minus was such a minus earlier on in the season. I know you've really played a solid game all season long. You're glad that that monkey's been off your back, so to speak?
Yeah, definitely. You know, a lot of those minus stats happened at the start of the year, maybe the first 15, 20 games. But I think from there on, I've played pretty well, and I've cut it down dramatically.
You're now a +1. Did you ever think you'd get into that plus side after getting down so far?
No, I never thought I would, you know. I made a little challenge of my own to try to get down to 0 by the end of the year, so hopefully I'll just keep going.
What's the feeling in the dressing room right now? 7 straight wins and all.
Well, we're very confident, you know. We're not overconfident, but we're feeling good. We feel really positive, and we know we can win.
As you look at this team now, it's a different hockey club. You get ready for the playoffs. There's obviously got to be a different feeling right now.
Oh, definitely. We're on a high right now, and, you know, we just want to win as many games as we can right to the end of the year and lock up first place, which we've never done.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jeff.
Scott Stevens, first star of tonight's hockey game. Big win for the Capitals. More of our post-game show ahead. Stay tuned.
This year, my son and I took some